Hey guys, Van20 back again. Well, today was E3. I literally just got done watching it. Forgive me if it feels like I'm rushing through this video, but I have to get ready to go to work here very shortly, so I just really wanted to get on here and share my thoughts and my opinions on E3 and what I really thought about it. So it's my first time talking about it. I haven't talked about it with anybody except you guys right now, so forgive me if I'm rushing through it, but I'm kind of short on time. First thing I want to talk about is I just want to go through the list of games that they showed a brief glimpse of, and it's only like a 10-second clip that they showed, but they showed a lot of games. I'm going to get the ones out of the way first that they didn't talk about too much. They just showed a little clip of. For the Wii U, they did announce Darksiders 2, Mass Effect 3, Tank, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Trine 2 Director's Cut, Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, Aliens Colonial Marines, and they did announce Wii Fit U, and they did talk a little bit more about that, and that basically just looked like another Wii Fit game. It didn't look too different to me. There was one game that looked really cool on there though, where you actually sit on the Wii balance board and you actually do like this, looks like this bobsledding type deal where you're leaning into the turns, and it looks like a pretty good workout. That's the one cool thing about that game that I thought was cool. If you like Wii Fit, I don't know, you might be interested in that. A couple other games that they just showed they didn't talk about too much was Assassin's Creed, Rabbids Land, Sports Connection, Avengers Battle for Earth, and they showed Rayman Legends, and I really wish they would have talked more about it, because from what I hear that's going to have some really cool online features, and I really wish they would have talked more about that game because I love platforming games, but sadly they just showed a little clip of it. But alright, basically E3 started out with this presentation of Mr. Miyamoto, and he showed these Pikmin following him to the stage, and there was a Pikmin in his front pocket of his coat, and I don't know, it was kind of weird, but it's Miyamoto, so I wouldn't expect nothing else but weird from him. I love the guy. I thought it was a great presentation. They did announce Pikmin 3 was going to be on Wii U. They didn't really give a release date, but it's really cool that we're going to get a new Pikmin game. It's about time, in my opinion. The graphics look amazing. This is the first game on Wii U, me personally, that I think shows off the graphics. The detail to the water and the grass and the elements in the game looked amazing. I mean, it's about time Nintendo has a console with today's graphics. It really does show it off, and it looks really, really well. I'm not a big fan of Pikmin games, but this one looks like something I might have to pick up because it looks awesome. Next up, they announced that the Wii U is going to support 2 game controllers, not just one. We all know the Wii remotes on your Wii that you have right now are compatible with the Wii U, but that new gamepad controller is actually going to support 2 of them. So, is it going to come packaged with 2 of them? Probably not. Probably just one, but it does support 2. So, if you want to buy another one, which we probably all will, feel free to. It would be sweet if it packaged with 2, but it's Nintendo. You're probably going to have to buy another one. And that's kind of how they make their money, but we all know that and we live with it. They did show off the Miiverse a little bit. They talked about it. Before E3, actually last night I watched the pre-E3 show that was on YouTube and the Facebook fan page of Nintendo. And they showed off the Miiverse a lot more. And it really goes against all Nintendo's logic. Normally Nintendo, when it comes to online gaming, we want like an 18-digit friend code, or it's a really big hassle to play with your friends. Like, you see me make friend code videos. I do that because if you guys want to play with me, you have to put in this long friend code. Well, you can wipe that right out the window. No more of that stuff. Basically, I don't know how it works, but it really goes against everything Nintendo stands for, in my opinion, which is good because I hate that whole friend code garbage. But with Miiverse, you can actually play with complete strangers and communicate with them while you're playing. There's actually like a message board for different games that you play. And you can actually send like video chat requests and actually video chat with complete strangers, which I thought was weird. I'm like, wow, that really goes against everything Nintendo used to do back in the day. It's breathtaking. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I thought it was like a joke when I saw it, but you can literally be playing a game, go to a message board, be stuck at the same thing that, on the level, be stuck just like everyone else is, and someone stuck, knows how to do it. You can message them, be like, have a video chat, set your controller up, sit down on your couch, and they showed a guy like video chatting with an old man, and the old guy was giving him tips and stuff. I was like, wow. I'm like, really? That's cool, but kind of creepy in a way, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's what parental controls are for all you parents out there that are worried about that kind of stuff. But the Miiverse looks really interesting. You can actually hook it up to your mobile phone and stuff like that, and communicate that way. So really, really weird. Let me touch on a subject here. Microsoft, I did watch a little bit of their E3, and they did announce something called a smart glass. I think this is Microsoft's answer to maybe the Wii U controller. It kind of looks like a ripoff to me. Like I said, it communicates with their phone as well, and other devices. So, tisk tisk Microsoft. I think you're kind of like already ripping off the Wii U. But hey, you rip off the Wii U, I guess the Wii U has to rip off you somehow too. So Wii U did show a controller. This was before the E3 show. They showed a controller. Look at this. Tell me that does not look like an exact replica of the Xbox 360 controller. I mean, it's identical. The shape, it's got, 2 analog sticks. It looks exactly the same. So yes, do I believe Nintendo cloned the Xbox controller? In a way, I think they did. The shape, obviously, but the buttons are a little bit located in a different area on the controller. But, whatever. Microsoft steal from Nintendo, Nintendo steal from Microsoft. I don't know, but whatever. That was a shocker when I saw that they actually cloned the shape of the Xbox controller. But that's weird. On with the E3 though that we just watched. After they showed the Miiverse and stuff like that, they did mention that there was a new Mario game in the works, and it is New Super Mario Bros. U. Yes, another new Super Mario Bros. Game. This was actually a shock to me because there's a new Super Mario Bros. 2 game that they announced not too long ago that's going to be coming out for the 3DS, and now there's another new Super Mario Bros. Game coming out for the Wii U. I don't know what this kick is on new Super Mario Bros. Games, but I love it. I love old school side-scrolling Mario games. So I know a lot of people are probably sick of these games, but I just love these games. It was announced, and I watched the trailer, and the first thing that I noticed is there's a new power-up. Mario's actually gliding through the air now with his wings. It almost looks like a bat power-up because he had ears too. So it looks like you got like this kind of weird bat power-up to where you're flying around like a bat or gliding or something, or I don't know what that power-up is. If you have any ideas, let me know. Another thing that I noticed is like in Super Mario World, you can get these baby Yoshis and kind of like feed them and they grow up and you can ride them. They actually brought that idea back into this game to where you can get, everyone has like this little baby Yoshi and you go and you have them eat, Goombas or whatever, and the next thing you know, he grows up to a big one, you can ride him. Everyone that plays Super Mario World knows what I'm talking about. They did show that. The graphics looked awesome. It just looks like your standard issue new Super Mario Bros. Game with different elements, and it looks awesome. And it actually has the Miiverse compatibility where if you're stuck on a level, you can communicate with a bunch of people that are stuck in the same place, and you can brag about your high score, communicate, and it really does bring everyone together. Next up, they did announce Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. That game looks awesome. It uses obviously the game controller to do different things. I'm not a big Batman game fan, so didn't pay too much attention, but people that love Batman, obviously you're really excited about this game. They did announce Scribblenauts Unlimited for the Wii U. I've never really played a Scribblenauts game, but what I got from it is you can actually draw on the game tablet, and it comes to life on the TV, and it's lots of fun for friends and family. I'm not a big Scribblenauts fan, so I can't tell you too much about it. Alright, next they did show a game called Sing. It's a working title. That's not the actual title it's going to be, but it actually shows words on the controller to where instead of like facing the TV and singing, you can actually turn around, face all your family, and have the words showing on the game tablet, and you can actually be like singing while holding the thing. Now, do you actually want to hold a microphone and hold a game tablet and sing like that? I don't know, but you can always set it down. But it really does, make it good that you don't have to be facing the TV, not looking at anybody. This time you can actually turn around, face your back towards the TV, look at your game tablet from time to time when you don't know the words, and actually be facing your friends and family. So that's a cool concept. Next, they did show some 3DS games. New Super Mario Bros. 2 3DS is actually going to be released August 19th. So that's coming up pretty soon. I'm pretty excited about that. Yes, it's a new Super Mario Bros. Game again, but we already knew about this. I think you can actually download this game too. Not only can you purchase it, I think maybe you can download it. Same thing with other 3DS titles that are coming in the future. But this actually shows gold coins everywhere. There's actually like gold characters, like say there's a gold Koopa Troopa. You can stomp on that and it showed him throwing the gold Koopa Troopa, and as the Koopa Troopa was sliding across the ground from you throwing it, it was leaving a trail of gold coins everywhere. So these gold characters actually are gold coin related, and it really looked like the screen was just fluttered with gold coins. If it wasn't easy enough for Mario games to get extra lives, this game's going to be 10 times easier because it looks like there's just gold coins being scattered everywhere. But the main thing is it looked fun, and I'm all about fun. Next game they talked about was Paper Mario Sticker Star. And this is going to be available holiday season. It looked like your typical Paper Mario game, but more in-depth, and actually they call it Sticker Star for a reason. There's a bunch of stickers throughout the game. You can peel and use them as bridges and stuff like that. And it really does look like a really fun Paper Mario game if you love Paper Mario. Next up, they talked about Luigi's Mansion 2, that is going to be available holiday season. And they didn't really show too much in the trailer that I didn't already know, but all I can say is it's going to be available holiday season. Then they showed Lego City Undercover Wii U, and it's for the 3DS too. They're going to be making a portable version of this also. At first I was like, Lego City Undercover? Really? They're making a big deal about this? But the more I watched it, it looked really fun. And for a Lego game, the graphics are just, they look like real Legos. It's crazy. Even on a Lego game, you can actually see the power of the Wii U and the graphics that it's putting out. Will I be buying Lego City Undercover? I really don't know. The game did look really fun though for people that like those Lego games. Then they showed Just Dance 4, and they had Reggie be the puppet master, I guess you can call it, to where you can actually use the Wii U game controller, and actually whoever's dancing, you can make them do different things, which I thought was kind of interesting. I've never bought a Just Dance game. I probably never will. I'm not a big dancer or nothing like that, but people that love dance games, this might be right up your alley. A game that looked really, really awesome was Zombie U. I'm really interested in this game. I'm not a big shooting fan or a fan of shooter games, but this game looks fantastic. The game controller really does add another element to the game. Like, they showed this one part in particular that just looked badass, and if you guys don't think it's badass, I don't know what's wrong with you. It showed him running down, you know, shooting zombies, and like using the controller to point at the screen and like scan, you know, for different things. But then the cool thing is he came up to this door that was locked that had like a code you had to punch in, and instead of like, you know, doing it the traditional way, you actually had your controller right in front of you. As soon as you got to the door, you had to like go to your controller and punch in the code on your controller. So it almost looked like you were actually there punching in the code. And it just really gets in depth and make you feel like you're actually there. And it looks real creepy, and to actually put you in the game like that, to make you actually, you know, do that kind of stuff. Looks like if you turn the lights off and you actually get into playing it late night, it could really creep you out, and I'm all about that kind of stuff. Last but not least, they did show something called Nintendo Land at the end of E3. Now, I don't know what I got out of it. This is what I got out of it. Nintendo Land is basically a game that's going to actually be released at launch. This is one of the launch titles that they announced. Pikmin 3, is it going to be a launch title? They didn't really say, but I don't know. Nintendo Land, they did say it's going to be at launch. Is it going to be packaged with the Wii U? I don't know. I hope they do. I hope the Wii U is packaged with something, because Nintendo likes to normally Nintendo likes to give you a game with their console, just like they did with Wii Sports. I'm hoping Nintendo Land comes packaged with the Wii U. They didn't say that they would, but it is going to be a launch title anyway. So this is basically a theme park, Nintendo themed theme park, where you walk around and, you know, it looks like you're at this big carnival. But it basically just looks like a bunch of mini games. There's these different category sections, like an Animal Crossing section. There's like a Luigi's Mansion section, like a Zelda section. You can go into these little mini games and play like these games with, and you actually can use the Miiverse. So Obviously, I think it has online features where you can play multiplayer and co-op and stuff like that online. So to me, it looks like a game called Nintendo Land that's just a bunch of mini games thrown together that you can play with your friends online. That's what I got out of it. I'm dying to know what you guys got out of it, but that's what I got out of it. I want to know, please, I know a lot of people don't like to leave comments. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about Nintendo's E3 conference. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what I left out and should have said and didn't say. But like I said, I'm running out of time right now. The big disappointment for me was they did not give a price for the Wii U. As it is right now, I don't think there is an official price for Wii U. If they announced it a while back and I kind of missed it, please let me know. Make me look stupid. I don't care. I don't have time to go research it right now. Like I said, I gotta go. But I did not see a price on the Wii U. And they didn't even give a launch, like when the Wii U is going to be launched, which was a real disappointment. That's my main concern was with this E3 was I wanted to know a price and when it was going to be launched. And if they already announced that a while back and I already missed it, feel free to make me look stupid and let me know in the comments. But people that want more 3DS information, there's going to be a conference, I think they said tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, I'm not sure, but you can get all that on e3.nintendo.com or something like that. It's all access pass. That's not going to be shown on TV from what I understand. I think it's just going to be online streaming only. So be sure if you want to look at that stuff, you check that out. That's pretty much all for me right now, guys. I think I pretty much went over everything they talked about, or that I cared about anyways. What do I think about it? I'm really excited. I don't know. I just wish I would have got a price. That's pretty much all for me right now, guys, and there'll be more to come shortly. Thanks again.